Welcome to the Journey Untold. Ever wonder why certain songs make you want to move? From tapping your foot to dancing the night away, we've all felt that irresistible urge to groove when the right beat kicks in. Music isn't just sound, it's a symphony of brain activity and emotion. In this episode of The Journey Untold, we'll unravel the science behind groove. We'll explore how rhythm sparks neurological rewards, why syncopation surprises us into pleasure, and how musical patterns evolve to captivate our minds and bodies. By the end, you'll understand what makes us addicted to music's groove, and why we literally can't sit still when the beat drops. And just a quick heads up, The Journey Untold drops a new episode on the first of every month. So be sure to subscribe and let's groove together. The power of rhythm. Let's start with rhythm. Research shows that when we hear a steady beat, parts of the brain like the basal ganglia light up. This region helps us detect and predict timing. What's fascinating is that even if we're not physically moving, our motor cortex still gets involved. One study found that groove-heavy rhythms activate motor regions, even when people just listen. There's a privileged connection between our ears and our body's movement system. Your brain literally prepares you to move when it hears a good beat. That's why you find yourself tapping along without realizing. But why would evolution hardwire us to respond to rhythm? Many scientists believe it helped us survive. Prehistoric humans likely used music to bond, drumming, clapping, chanting together. These shared rhythms released feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin, reinforcing group connection. Rhythmic unity helped tribes coordinate in hunting, celebrations, even caregiving. And it's not just humans. Rhythm-based bonding is seen in animals too. Birds, primates, even sea lions trained to bob and sync. Over generations, rhythm became part of our biological fabric. Today, every culture on Earth has music, and even babies feel it. Studies show 3-month-olds instinctively bounce to music. One famous example, a baby bouncing along to the chorus of Backstreet Boys, Everybody. The urge is primal. The science of syncopation. Here's where groove gets interesting. A key ingredient is syncopation, those unexpected rhythmic accents, like when a drum beat skips where you think it should land. Your brain loves these surprises, but only to a point. If music is too predictable, it gets boring, too chaotic, and we can't follow it. But syncopation hits the sweet spot. Studies show that rhythms with medium complexity give people the strongest groove sensation. It keeps us engaged without losing us. Imagine a funk groove that skips the downbeat. Your brain fills in the gap, and when the beat returns, it feels extra satisfying. It's like solving a mini puzzle. Music cognition expert Maria Witek says, "The music requires us to move to be complete." Today's viral TikTok songs thrive on this. Take Tinashe, Nasty, or Odatari, Keep Up. The syncopated vocals and distorted percussion pull listeners in by subtly playing with rhythmic expectations. Or Molly and Silent Addy, Shake It to the Max, whose bouncy, unpredictable groove launched a global challenge. Why? Because our brains are prediction machines. When something unexpected happens, we get a little jolt of surprise. If we figure it out, we're rewarded. That's part of why a groovy rhythm can feel so good. It challenges our brain, and we get a dopamine hit when we solve it by moving. Dopamine and the pleasure of groove. Let's talk chemistry. Dopamine is the brain's reward drug, and music triggers it. One famous study found that when people experience chills during music, their brains release dopamine in the striatum, the same area activated by food, sex, and drugs. Even more interesting, dopamine started flowing before the peak of the song. Anticipation is key. A great groove teases the brain, setting up expectations and then delivering satisfaction. Groove music not only lights up the reward system, but also syncs with motor areas. That creates a 1-2 punch. Our body wants to move, and our brain gives us pleasure when we do. This explains why we play catchy songs on repeat. We're literally chasing that dopamine rush. Classic example, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Modern one, Tate McRae, Revolving Door, which turned into a viral dance loop. That dopamine loop keeps us hitting replay. Music, emotion, and memory. Groove doesn't just make us move, it moves us emotionally. Listening to music activates nearly every region of the brain, including those linked to memory and feeling, the amygdala and hippocampus. That's why hearing a song from your past can instantly bring back vivid memories or emotions. Music becomes tied to the context in which we heard it. Scientists have even found that people with dementia can recall lyrics or feel emotional responses to songs long after other memories fade. It's not just nostalgia. Music triggers what neurologist Andrew Butson calls a rich experience because it blends sound, emotion, movement, and prediction all at once. That makes groove-based music especially sticky. It doesn't just play in our ears, it plays in our heads. Tempo, polyrhythms, and the deep groove. Tempo matters. A song's speed sets its energy. Fast tempos, like 120 to 130 beats per minute, match the natural pace of human walking and are commonly used by DJs to get people moving. Slower tempos evoke calm or sadness. Studies show that the most groove-inducing tempos tend to hover around that 120 BPM sweet spot. That's not a coincidence. It aligns with how we naturally move. But groove isn't just about speed, it's also about complexity. Polyrhythms, where multiple rhythmic patterns play at once, create a layered texture that our brains love. Think Afro-Cuban percussion, jazz, or even modern R&B. For example, Beyoncé's Déjà Vu features a galloping 6/8 drum line under a 4/4 melody. That subtle rhythmic friction adds energy and swagger. Similarly, Adele, rolling in the deep layers, vocal phrasing, and percussion in ways that tease the beat. Recently, Tyla, Water introduced millions of listeners to the Amapiano groove, a laid-back yet infectious polyrhythm that inspired a global dance trend. Groove complexity can be soft or punchy. What matters is how the body feels it. These layers give groove its grit, a kind of controlled chaos that keeps us listening, guessing, and moving. From sound to movement. Groove demands movement. When you nod your head or tap your foot, that's your motor system locking in with the beat. Scientists call this entrainment, syncing internal brain rhythms with external sound. Even when the beat is too low to hear, your body responds. One study showed that dancers moved more when exposed to sub-bass vibrations, even if they couldn't consciously hear them. Your body feels the groove. Different grooves trigger different movements. Jazz makes us sway, hip-hop makes us bounce, house makes us jump. The beat becomes a script, and our body plays it out. And when people move together to music, like clapping in unison at a concert, it bonds them. The groove becomes communal. Think of how Tiara, Ecstasy inspired fans to choreograph elegant movements with chairs, or how Lady Gaga's Zombie Boy dance went viral as a communal revival of the classic Thriller vibe made famous by Michael Jackson. Groove as medicine. Groove doesn't just feel good, it heals. Music therapy is used in hospitals to reduce stress, anxiety, and even pain. Slow, gentle music can lower heart rate and blood pressure. It's like medicine you listen to. In Parkinson's patients, rhythmic music helps improve walking. Stroke patients use rhythmic speech training to regain language. Dementia patients connect with music when little else reaches them. Music even boosts cognition. One study found that people who felt a strong groove improved on attention tasks right after listening. That's likely due to dopamine and heightened engagement. In workouts, upbeat music reduces fatigue and boosts endurance. Your brain distracts you from discomfort, syncing your movement to the beat. And when lyrics hit emotionally, it adds motivation. Personal playlist tip: use songs that hype you up emotionally and rhythmically. Whether it's Eye of the Tiger or a hard-hitting TikTok favorite like Keep Up or Water. Groove is therapeutic. It's a bridge between brain and body, emotion and action. The groove within. Let's recap. Groove starts with rhythm. It syncs our brains and bodies through neural timing systems. Syncopation adds spice, challenging us just enough to be fun. Dopamine makes it feel amazing. And music activates emotional and memory centers so strongly, we often can't forget a great song. Tempo tunes our arousal. Polyrhythms deepen engagement. movement is the natural result, and groove doesn't stop at pleasure. It improves health, bonds us socially, and strengthens the mind. The science is clear: groove is a full-body, full-brain phenomenon. But we're still discovering new things. AI-generated grooves, music-based therapies, and brain-computer music experiments are just the beginning. What's your groove song? That track you can't resist? Pay attention to how it moves you. That's your brain in sync with rhythm, emotion, and memory. That's the science of groove. We grooved through funky rhythms and fascinating research today, from basal ganglia to dopamine, syncopation to polyrhythms. Much appreciation to scientists like Maria Witek, Jessica Gran, Valerie Salimpour, Anirudh Patel, and so many more. And thanks to the studies in Nature Neuroscience, PLOS ONE, Scientific Reports, The Washington Post, Psychology Today, and Harvard Medicine Magazine that helped shape this story. So next time a beat gets you moving, know that there's a symphony of neurons, rhythms, and reward systems behind it, all grooving along with you. A reminder, the Journey Untold returns on the 1st of every month. For more, head to movingelements.ro/journey. And hey, if you've got an idea, a question, or a brainwave stuck in a rhythmic loop, drop it in the comments. Your suggestion might just trigger a dopamine spike and set off a polyrhythmic chain reaction in our next episode. Keep grooving, keep learning, and let the music move you. This was The Journey Untold.